Today, we are roasting a whole head of cauliflower in a beautiful maple mustard sauce. So good. Hi guys, welcome back to your favorite cooking channel. Can we just pay attention for 1 second? Just beautiful little vase in this flower arrangement. I'm just learning to make these compositions, but I'm kind of obsessed with this one. Anyway, today, we're gonna be roasting an entire head of cauliflower. Now, I am a huge fan of hers. I make salads with cauliflower. I already have a recipe on my channel. If you click somewhere here in this area, I'll link the video. I roast her, I steam her, I eat her raw. I like to make steaks with like a chimichurri dressing. I'm a fan. But today, what we're cooking today is like a recipe that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's something that is usually like a showstopper. If I have a lot of guests and I can't think of like a good, perfect side dish, it's this one. The idea is that we're gonna mix up this gorgeous sauce and we're gonna dress her in it. We'll go through the ingredients a little bit later. Now, what I like to do is prepare her a bit. We'll get back to that in a second. I drown her in the sauce and I bake her for like 45 to 50 minutes, depending on the size of your vegetable, until she's tender. And until all of the sugars like in the sauce have caramelized and she's nice and toasty and tanned and gorgeous. I know that some people like to pre-cook the cauliflower. They just boil her in water and then they bake her. I'm not a fan. In this case, I think you should just like give her time and let her do all the cooking in the oven because it just tastes that much better. Now let's get to the ingredients. Now, as always, the details are down below in the description, but let's just go through each and every one. I always use mustard just because I like the friendship between something kind of spicy and that has some heat and something sweet. So we have some maple syrup here. Again, you can use agave syrup or just sugar. So these two guys. We're gonna need some olive oil. I love to cook with smoked paprika, one of my favorite spices ever. And I add it directly to the sauce. And also, for like to accentuate the heat, I'm gonna be adding some chipotle chili. You could add some splashes of Tabasco or whatever hot sauce that you like, but you can really play around with the sauce. This is my favorite version. Now we're gonna introduce these guys. They're gonna have a party in this little bowl. And then we're gonna decorate her. And I'll get into some nuances a bit later. One more thing. I bought her at a farmer's market and she was just covered in these huge green, gorgeous leaves that I removed. And they are now in the freezer, in a bag with all of my scraps, so I can then make like a nice vegetable stock. But what's important, if you flip her over, I like to kind of really cut out a little bit the stem. I mean, we need her to hold every single floret together, but I like to open up this little, let's call it a cavity, because the sauce, we're painting her outside, then we're gonna add a little bit of water, and we're actually gonna pour the sauce inside. So she's not just yummy here, but she'll be yummy within. So can you just imagine like a dinner table, all of your friends or relatives, close people, and then you just put this, the queen of all vegetables on the table. And in my experience, Everybody absolutely loves this dish. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's cut inside. Ah, look at that. If I have sauce on the baking tray, I always like to serve it on the side. Why? Because it's delicious. Now let's dig in. I'll be honest with you, this is like a very modest slice. I usually eat the whole thing. Trust me, the cauliflower has never tasted this good. By itself, it's quite a bland veg. But here, it is just incredible. You have like that punch from the chipotle and the mustard, and the maple syrup goes beautifully here. And what I like to do is when I roast it, I make sure that I like it fork tender. So when you kind of put like a knife or a fork inside, it still holds its own and it kind of gives you a little bit of like pushback. I don't like it to be too soft and mushy. And it really is so good. And it pairs beautifully with a steak, with like a roasted chicken. It can be served as part of a vegetarian or like maybe even a vegan table. And oh wow, trust me, this is a great idea for meal prep because it also tastes delicious when it's cold, and you can serve it in little florets on a salad, on a bed of couscous or quinoa. This will become your favorite recipe. Please drop me a comment below. Let me know if you like it. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon. So good.